Good. I hope y'all are doing great. Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. Me. But it is Wednesday. Let's journal about it. It is week 2, day 4. I had to count. Day 4. I'm excited to be here halfway through the week. God is good and all the time. God is good. So, quick recap. On Wednesdays, we journal. I journal. So, I give you guys a journal prompt, which will also be in my descriptions in case you forget when I read it up here. And then I journal it. You guys, you can choose to journal it. That's why I say have a journal or use your notes or, lean back in your car or on your couch and really think about and reflect on the question and really just try to get a lot of points about what I'm asking. Get a lot of clarity on your answer. And also on your life. You're getting clarity on your life when you answer these type of questions because you're seeing where you are in your life. And, you're able to see where you are truthfully. So, I tell y'all, with this ring light, y'all, every time I blink, I see ring lights. I don't know. But yes, that's a quick recap. That's what Wednesday is. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing good. You always do even better when you clock out of work. One thing about me is I love to be home. I have a balance. I like to go out. I like to have a good time. But it ain't nothing like being home, especially after a long day at work. So I've been good, but I'm even better now that I'm home in my space. It's great. It's great. So I hope y'all are doing good. Again, week 2, day 4. Let's get right into it. I ain't gonna waste no time. I always say the video is not gonna be long, and then they be long. But that's kind of the point, right? Anyways, so instead of letting my whiteboard sit right there today, that's how I usually got it. I was like, let me hold it today. Just let me hold it. So the journal prompt for today, for Wednesday, is reflect on the things you currently want to happen or do in your life. Are there any fears surrounding those things, or is anything stopping you? Write about those fears or what's stopping you from doing what you currently want to do in your life or what you currently want. What are some ways you can overcome these fears in order to move forward with the plans you have for yourself? So I'm going to read that one more time for you guys. Reflect on the things you currently want to happen or do in your life. Are there any fears surrounding those things or stopping you? Write about those fears. What are some ways you can overcome these fears in order to move forward with the plans you have for yourself? I'm always pausing. When I'm reading, I'm always pausing when I'm not supposed to pause. So, of course, when I journal, I don't want to sit up here and read y'all everything I wrote or, everything that came to me. So, I have my points to touch on about this journal prompt to give to you guys. And, of course, just along with anything else that comes to my heart, my mind, I'm going to say it. So, let's go ahead. So, to answer the first part of the question, reflect on the things you currently want to happen or do in your life. So, my first point is I want to be more trusting of others. I don't trust nobody. Like, I really don't. It's a toxic trait because even God wants you to be trusting, especially of the world. because it's also like with energy, if you trust the world, if you trust things, if you're more trusting, the more likely you are to attract trust to you. If you are more trusting, the more likely you are to attract that trust to you. And when I first heard that, first caught that message, I wasn't trying to hear it. It's like, yeah, that's I believe in that. I really do. I believe that. But I can't, I'm not there. That's not where I am. I don't trust the soul, and life experiences have gotten me here. Even my own mistakes. Like, I think back a lot and I realize that sometimes, in certain situations, why wouldn't I be able to trust this type of situation? Because I've done it to somebody before. You know what I'm saying? So it always falls back on you. Most of the time, anyway. Like, we all have a past. So nobody's perfect. So that's a thing for me. Like, a few times in my life I haven't been trustworthy. So how can you expect, how can you not base your own experiences off other people, especially if they're like the same situations. So that's what I want currently in my life. Like, as far as my journey and growing, I want to be able to trust people, trusting with myself in my life, with everything. Like, basically, just I want to be vulnerable with people, not people that I know I can probably trust. I just don't trust them like that. Like, not all the way. And that's just real. Me being really vulnerable, like, nobody knows everything about me. Nobody. Not even my sisters. Not even my sister I grew up with, and that's like my dog. Like, nobody knows every single thing about me. And I like it that way, but sometimes people have to know who you are in order to understand you and love you. But for me, I just can't give all of that to people. That's my story. And for me, only I'll be able to tell my story. So why would I go and be vulnerable, and then next thing you know, my story is out all over the world. Not like literally over the world, but like just people know it that don't supposed to know it. Not if it didn't come from me. So that's where I'm kind of at with when it comes to being vulnerable and trusting people, like really being open to trusting people, and fully just trust. Like, I can't, like, something in me doesn't allow me to do that. And I'm okay with that, but I know it's not good. I don't know. Like, that's what I want, but I'm just scared. Like, I have a fear surrounding that. And it ain't even that, somebody will go tell my business. It's just, for me, it's like you just never know. So I'd rather not. I just rather not. I know I was thinking the other day just about a certain situation, and I was like, shoot, God, we'll see how long they stick around before I tell them anything. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Let's see. Like, maybe this is not the season of my life for me to really be trusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe later when I'm a little bit more established, so then I'll know who's really there, who's really down, who really deserves to know all of me. That goes for friends, family, romantic, we just gotta wait and see. I don't think I'm at a stage in my life right now where being that vulnerable, being that trusted that's just not gonna happen. It's just, I don't see it happening. I get, and that's why healing your journey is day to day. So maybe in a couple of 400,000, I don't know, some years from now, days long, that's when we'll see who still, deserves that part. Because no. And then I don't really trust people not to be judgmental. That's one thing. That's another thing too. Because I'm not a judgmental person. So, especially when somebody comes to me and tells me stuff and trusts me with stuff and opens up to me, like, I am not judgmental at all. I think I come off as judgmental though. I think the way I carry myself, kind of, people get this automatic idea about me just off of how I carry myself. Like, oh, she might be too good for certain things. And no, that's not it. The way I carry myself is because you'll never ever see me sweat in my life. I'm gonna always carry myself well, and that's because I've seen it in my life. Like, my mom's that way. She carries herself very well. But I bet she probably can tell you that she's been through some things, but you would never know because you're not supposed to let people know. God don't even want you to let nobody know. He don't want nobody to see you sweat. He don't want you to feel like, I don't know what this is. He don't want you to feel like you got something to prove to people. He don't want you to feel like you gotta look like what you're going through. Even if you're going through something, it's okay to carry yourself as if you're not. There's nothing wrong with it. Because if you know you're going to get through it and you know the sun going to shine again, you got to always keep that mindset. So, yeah, that's another thing. I don't trust people not to be judgmental. But that's one of the things I do want in my life. I just don't know. Like, currently, I just really, really, really just don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon. But I say I want it in my life currently because I want to start working on it in a way, and I gotta think about how I'm gonna start working on it because I don't know, because it's really hard. But one day, one day, it's definitely something I really want to work on in this season. Learning to trust. But it's so hard. My second point for reflecting on something I currently want in my life or do. Currently in this season, I'm really focused on building a foundation, my own foundation, solid, But for me, honestly, I've always wanted partnership. Like, I've always been a we type of person. Like, and I've always been a relationship person. Like, I'm rarely not in a relationship. So this is my first time really, like, for me, K. Michelle, I need another one to get over the other one. You know what I'm saying? But I try to step away from that in this season. And I'm trying to heal myself from a lot of heartache over the past year. Over the past 2 years, 1.5. I'm trying to heal from that, and I don't really want to deal with anybody right now. But I truthfully, I really don't. I'm really focused on everything that I have going on. because that's what I deserve in my life, and I'm really trying to heal, really, really heal before I love again. And so I don't see it anytime soon, but I feel like maybe I have probably encountered some good things and just ignore them. I just ignore them. So my second point would be I want to open my heart and love. That's what I want to do. That was one of my when I was reflecting on the question, that was one of the things that came to me. Because I do, y'all, I love love. I love partnership. I do. Like, I want to take care of somebody. I want to build something with somebody. Like, I don't want to build something on my own. Like, I am building something on my own, but I want you to be building something too. And then I just want us to be together just on some power couple type, black love type stuff. But I currently feel like, okay, yeah, you really focus on your bag, but your foundation, because it's not really money, but my foundation, following my dreams, like, okay, yeah, but a part of me knows that I'm also closing up my heart. I'm also not trying to see anything. So it's like, are you really healing, or are you just closing your heart off again? You know, you get what I'm saying? So that was the question I just wanted to ask myself right then, because I didn't really, honestly, that's the first time I really thought about that. But that's really true. Like, are you really healing through it like you say you are or want to do? Or are you just completely closing yourself off to it? Because like I said, I feel like I could be possibly ignoring something good. But it's like, I keep telling myself, like, you don't have time. You know, it's not about love. All you ever done was, you know, be in relationships and love people, and that's got you nowhere. So just focus. I've probably been out this whole time. I know that. My bad. But so as I reflect, it's like I really do, like, cause it's not even that I'm lonely. Like, y'all, I grab onto my bear. Well, we be knocked out. I really don't even want nobody in my bed right now. Like, I'm good, but it's just that I don't want to be feeling like I'm closing off my heart and just Xing out the aspect of love. Like, I do want to keep an open heart in this season, and I do want to not be looking for love, but be open to receiving it if it comes my way. And I feel like that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not really trying to receive anything, but I should be open to it, you know? Something refreshing, something new, something different. But my last point, I want to be stable. I want to be more stable currently in my life. That's what I want in my life, and that's what I want to do. I want to be more stable, and I want to keep developing in aspects that are going to make me stable, like learn to be more stable, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I just want it, I actually want to put in that work to become more stable in my life, y'all. Because let me tell y'all, I'm bad with money. For real, I really am. Like, if I mess with a person, they gonna have to teach me how to, like no, not saying that. I was like, I want, like, my next person, I want them to be good with money. Like, I'm learning to be, but like I'm just now learning to be. Like, I'm just now, like, you gotta learn how to budget stink. Like, you gotta get your life together. Like, this is not. So I've been learning. Like, I definitely learned, especially being out of work. It taught me a lot. Like, I'm not a person that. I was a hustler, so I worked a lot, you know, plus going to school. But so I always had this, you know, spend it, I'm gonna get it right back, you know. So for me, I was spending on things I wanted and not prioritizing and letting other stuff like hit the back burner, and you know, that's not really smart. So I'm learning really to budget, to prioritize, to know my wants versus my needs, because I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy yet. I'm very abundant and blessed though. But yeah. So, you know, don't ever let anybody stay in your lane, basically. So I'm learning to stay in my lane, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning what's important and what's not important. And also, like, I know what type of girl I am. And I'm learning to be patient. So, with all that, it's helping me put that action behind being more stable. Because, like, I can't wait, because I know, like, this time I've learned so much over the past 6 months. Really, 6 to 8 months. This is my song, so I started singing it in my head. But yeah, I'm currently right now to a point where I know once I'm stable and right where I want to be, I'm never going back. It's just only forward, because I've done taught myself so much. I done learned so much. So I just know now, like, there's nothing for me to do but continue to build once I'm fully stable how I want to be. I give myself to the end of the year, because I'm that patient and I'm that understanding to know that, like, I got a lot going on, but I'm not gonna like limit myself and say that it can't happen before December. But you know, I'm just ready to have that stability within myself, because that's something that I had to teach myself. You know, that stability is important, especially being able to stand on your own. Like, I've always been able to stand on my own, but I had to depend on other people sometimes too, and I never like that. I don't like asking nobody for nothing. I really don't. And that's one thing I also had to learn, was that it's okay to need help, you know, but it's something in me that just can't stand it. I think I mentioned it before, you know, like, I don't know, maybe not. It's like, I was on the phone talking to my friend. It's like, people throw you out here to the wolves and then look at you crazy when you need help. Like, bro, what does that mean to do? I don't know what's going on. I'm just out here doing stuff, you know. Or like, you know, you come from people that talk about you whenever you need help. Like, oh, you doing this, you doing that. But you look, listen, I'm doing the best I can. Like, come on now. But so that's for me. Like, that drives me to not even want to ask people for anything, because then you come around and you hear smart remarks and you hear somebody that told say, you know, like, why is y'all in my business anyway? But anyway, are there any fears behind these? Yes, 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 yes. And I feel like I already mentioned fears behind the being more trusting and wanting to open my heart to love. Like, well, I didn't do the open my heart. It's fear behind it, because I just don't have time. I just don't have time. Like, just that just thinking about being more open to love instead of just being closed off right now in my life is just like, after this past year and a half that I've had, it's just really not appealing to me to even want to deal with people. It's not giving what it's supposed to give out here. Like, it's just not. I just feel like a lot of people not on my level as far as like understanding what I want. Like, people always tell me like I'm rushing. I'm 25. And yes, that's young, but I ain't really had no guidance since I was 12, so 13 really. So y'all feeling the lines. Like, I done lived life already. Like, come on now. I done lived life. It ain't nothing out here for me. It ain't nothing out here. I don't want it just, and I still, and even when I know that I want more out of life because I know who I am, I still continue to deal with people that just don't want anything but one thing. So that's why I'm not open. It's like, it's just a fear of like, I wasting my time. There we go. That's the fear. Wasting my time. Wasting my time. Are you prepared for everything that comes with me? With loving somebody? With being somebody's best friend before, anything else? Like, I think me and somebody was talking, or, I've seen a couple of posts on social media. Is like, we jump into something without really knowing a person. Like, for me right now, be my friend first. Be my best friend first. Be something like my best friend first before anything else. Because other than that, you just wasting my time. We just wasting time. Like, get to know me, who I am, inside and out. So that's the fear. Wasting my time. Wanting to be stable. I think a fear behind that would be, or not even a fear, what's stopping me is definitely being impulsive. Like, not really thinking. What's stopping me really is not really learning to budget like I need to, like making it a priority and really just getting things right in front of me and just prioritizing. Like, that's stopping me. But like I said, I really am. I want it in my life currently. Like, I'm not even playing about that. So I know, like, right now, that's where I'm at for real. Stability. Being able to be stable on my own, truly independent. Like, I'm independent, but I can be codependent. So I'm learning to be like, I'm learning to be able to finally know what it feels like to be totally independent. So I'm working on learning to prioritize and budget and knowing what matters and what doesn't, needs versus wants. When you grow and develop, especially when it comes to money, you realize you only want a bunch of foolish stuff anyway. Stuff that don't matter. Stuff that really don't matter. Like, for example, I love clothes. I love buying clothes. But I had to stop for a while. Like, I really did. And then I just realized, like, girl, you can put on some sweatpants and a white beater and girl, no matter what you got on, it is in you, not on you. Like, what? Stuff like that just really don't matter. But I tell you what, I got once I get where I want to be, definitely, because I have a thing for clothes. Like, I love clothes. Like, I'll just go buy whatever that's cute to me. I don't care. I'm not really into a lot of other stuff, but if it's cute, I'm getting it. Like, I'm like, ooh, I'm a ooh, this cute type of person. I love cute stuff. That's the little girl in me. Like, the little girl that never just really got whatever she wanted. Like, just, all the whatever. Anyways, y'all know what I mean. Just, I'm that type of person. Like, ooh, it's like, and that was one of my problems with money. Like, just buying myself whatever, I couldn't have or couldn't get. So when I was able to do that, like, I'm just buying up everything because it's filling up a void. It's filling a void. Like, clothes. I love clothes though, but I truly, 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 really do love clothes. Like, I really do. That's one thing about me. That's like a fun fact. I love clothes. I love shopping. And it's just like cute stuff, like cute things. It don't gotta be, I just like little cute stuff. Just being able to buy little cute stuff. Like, just being able to buy any piece of item that I want to buy. Like, for real. I just love clothes. I think I'm a fashion kind of girl, but it's not something I really tap into. But I love somebody that can dress. I love clothes. I love just cute, put together well stuff. Like, for real. Like, I feel like I could be not. I feel like I got this creative mind when it comes to clothes. Like, I don't want to be a fashion designer or anything, or a stylist or anything, but I just love well put together clothes. Like, but anyways, ways to overcome. So, what are some ways you can overcome these fears in order to move forward with the plans you have for yourself? So, ways I can overcome being more trusting is trusting myself to not make the wrong choice, especially when it comes to who I choose to trust with myself, with things about myself. So, most of the times we have fear about things because of our past mistakes, our inability to choose correctly, choose right. It's hard to trust yourself. It really is. It's hard to trust yourself not to mess up again. Like, man, I don't want to go through this again. Or, man, I don't want this friendship to be like the last one where, I'm trusting a person and they just telling my business. Like, just an example. So, just trusting myself more to know that I'm listening to my inner voice when it comes to people, discernment, like, knowing that, okay, I know I can trust. Like, you gotta really know, though. Really know. So, that's another way I can overcome. Just start by trusting myself, knowing that I make good decisions. That's an affirmation, too. I don't really know specifically how to put it, but, I think probably, like, I always make good decisions or something like that. I always make smart choices. Like, just beating that into yourself, and I believe that you will start to make good choices. It would be inevitable not to. That it's that energy you putting out there. It's that speaking it that you're putting out there. It's bouncing off of that, listening to my intuition, that inner voice, that's telling me to trust. That's telling me who to open up to and receive love from. Because sometimes your inner voice is going to tell you, your intuition. It might not tell you at the moment. It might come back to you later, honestly. But trust it. Trust your intuition. Trust that inner voice. Even if it's telling you to run, trust it. You got to start listening to yourself. Listen so much to other people's opinions about your situation, about your life. Go to a quiet space and meditate and ask yourself any question and just listen and just breathe. I bet you get an answer. I bet you get a thought. I bet you it come to you. Listen to yourself. You need yourself. So why wouldn't you listen to yourself? Why wouldn't you listen to yourself? Listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Know who you are. You'll know the difference between, your intuition and your ego. So you'll know the difference. I can show myself more love. Being open to showing myself more love. That's how I can try to overcome my fear of not wanting to open up and love. I can start showing myself more love, and I do. I show myself a lot of love. But more, it's more things that I could be doing for myself that can assist in me being more open to love and opening my heart and keeping it open. Because it don't always have to do with relationships. Like, that's why I wrote it, of course, because it relates to partnership. Because, any other aspects in my life are pretty good. I got, yeah. But still, just loving on myself more every day. Being open to loving myself and being comfortable with loving myself. Showing myself that, because I'm gonna attract it. I'm gonna attract it, and then I probably know what it looks like. I feel like loving on myself more will allow me to receive the love I truly desire and need, because I'll know what it looks like, because I've already been showing myself. So lastly, how I can overcome wanting to be stable, that fear, and the fears I have surrounding it, is having a better mindset when it comes to my relationship with stability. And I don't know if I had already touched on it a little bit, but yes, like knowing that I can be stable, that I will be stable, knowing to be patient, knowing what season I'm in, knowing that there's things that, yes, I need to do better in, but I'm not beating myself down about it. I'm just learning more about budgeting, knowing when I'm in stores, like, okay, I don't need that, but I do, making a list. Like right now, I make lists when I go to get stuff for the house from the store, or if I go to the grocery store, and I only write what I really need, and that's all I get. Because if you like me, man, I go to the store. Even sometimes when I make a list, I still go off the list, but not lately though. But just before, being stable was important to me. Man, I'll go buy the whole store, and I don't even go to Walmart no more. I can't wait till I could be able to go back. Probably soon, because I'm about to decorate the crib, and I need some more comforters and stuff like that. But I can't wait. But I don't even go there because I be tripping in Walmart. Like, and I trip. I go in Dollar General and spend $100. So I trip in Walmart. So I try to stay away from there for real. But I can't wait till I can go back. Somebody need to give me a gift card. But just like having a better mindset with my relationship to stability. And with me wanting to be more stable, I have to really have that positive relationship when it comes to what being stable means. And telling myself I will, I can, I'm going to be putting in the actual work. Like, not fearing anything about being stable, not thinking in a lack mindset, but in an abundant mindset. Because I know it's going to happen for me. Like, I know that I'm going to get to a point again where I'm fully stable, fully like independent. And when I get to that point in this season of my life, I know that I'm never going back, because I know what to do and what not to do. And I know how to keep that positive mindset going, that positive self-talk. Just when it comes to being stable, I know I'm good. Like, I know that's something that I don't have to worry about ever again because I done mastered being stable. I mastered it. So, y'all, I think that is it for today. I really don't think this is long, but I feel like it's long. But I think it's a lot. I'm going to have to edit it out. That's probably why it's long. But the journal prompt will be in the description box, you guys. And yeah, I really didn't want to keep it long because I wanted to go ahead and get this posted. But just read the journal prompt, write out your answers, or type it out in your notes, or just think about it. Reflect on the things that you want to happen in your life currently, or do in your life, like right now. And then ask yourself, are there any fears? Like, why am I not doing it? Like, ask yourself, hey, these are the things that I want to do. This is what I want in my life. Why am I not doing it? What am I so afraid of? Ask yourself that question after you know the things that you wrote down. After you have those things, ask yourself, okay, why am I not doing these things? What's up? What's holding me back? What's keeping me where I am? Once you got that, think about a journal, some ways you can overcome the fears surrounding why you're not moving forward with these plans that you have stuck in your head, in your heart, that you have for yourself, that you want to dedicate yourself to. What are some ways you can overcome those fears so you can get going? So you can finally take that step in the right direction. And then reread what you wrote. I love to reread, and I love keeping journals because then I can go back and reread. Y'all, I used to write to myself all the time in middle school. When I moved, that was like, when I moved from Edenton to Columbia, that was like a big change for me. I was in middle school. So writing became my safe haven in class, and no matter what, in class, at home. And so when I wrote in class, I would always just fold it up. And I had like this purple gym bag that I kept everything in. And then we moved here to Greenville. And I think I lost the bag in my old house. And that really killed me. And then in some of them, I think I threw them away one time. And currently, I would say I'm really mad about all of that because I would love to just read those, y'all. I really would. Like, when I tell you, like, it's a 2013, 2012, 2011 on some of them. Do you know how long ago that was? Like, do y'all know how long 2011 was? 2012, 2013? So, I would love to just read the stuff I was journaling about. I used to reread them all the time, and that's why I'm so mad that I don't have them. Like, I think all I have is one journal, and I let my cousin get that. I need to get it back. But I don't plan on ever doing that again. I started another journal, and I try to start journaling like I used to back in middle school and high school. Cause I did stop. I think I stopped sometime in Greenville, probably right before college or a little bit before I stopped writing to myself. And so, like I said, I started back this year. I haven't wrote in so long though. I don't know, I might need to start back because it's therapeutic. That was therapeutic for me, just writing out everything that was in my head almost every day. If not every day, every other day. And I would write like 2 whole full pages, like just getting stuff out. What a time. I would love to just find that purple bag though. I left it somewhere in one of these houses. We moved so much. But I don't know, that thought just came across my mind. I feel like journaling is very, 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 very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. Just getting your thoughts out. Or I think writing in general, writing a poem, writing a rap. I think writing a song, because my sister, she writes songs. I feel like that stuff is therapeutic, just getting out what's going on in your head. It feels good because, it's that you letting it all out. You letting your heart out onto the paper. You letting your soul out onto notebook. So that's why I did this, because it's very, 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 very therapeutic to get your thoughts out instead of having them in your head. And it's very therapeutic to be able to reread what you wrote. And even years later, I feel like it's therapeutic, or months or days later, to reread the things you have written, because it allows you to see where you were and where you are. And even if you're in the same place, keep going, because it allows you to realize that you need to keep going. I definitely hope you guys journal and really think about these questions, and really just, because I swear it's going to help. It's going to help to know the things that you want to do that you aren't doing because you're scared. To see it is going to do something to you. To actually get it out is going to help, and then to actually see it and read it, it's like you're hearing yourself. And you're like, I want to do something about this. So, because like back in the day, I used to just write my day. It really wasn't like, it was therapeutic because I didn't talk a lot, and I don't want to go deep into all of that, but I was truly my own friend, so I had to do something, to keep me from going crazy. So, yeah. It truly helped me. I think it probably might have saved my life. And I know I used to think when I first started healing and I ended up finding one of my journals, that was like a big turning point in my life journey. And it's also the reason I have this hand tattoo, because I was able to reread an experience that I went through again. So it allowed me to see like that God had always been right there with me, because he gave me something to do. It's like I was my own best friend, but I was also talking with him, and I didn't even know it. Like, he was right there with me every step of the way. He allowed me to use writing to get me through stuff that probably would have had me, well, I did deal with depression, but I don't know, probably would have had me going crazy if I wasn't able to write it out. So, and just being able to go back and just go through all that, like, let me tell you, I was boohoo crying first of all, but just to reread the things that really changed me as a teen, and just some of the crazy things that I was doing also. It's just funny and also sad too, but it was different for me. It was very different, because it's like, wow, this is really, what's the word? What can I say? This is really valuable to be able to go back and be in my teenage head. Very, very valuable in my opinion. That's why I wish I could find the other stuff. But yeah, I hope y'all are really journaling and really, because it's very therapeutic. Really doing what y'all got to do to dig deep inside of you, because it helps. And if you keep a journal and you read it years from now, and you're going through something, or you hitting another breaking point, you just never know what you'll find that'll push you. But everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different, so you just never know. But I vouch for journaling and writing 100%. Y'all know it. I'm 100% riding, vouching, down for writing your thoughts out, for keeping a journal, for journaling. That's like my top one favorite therapeutic coping mechanism, definitely. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I love you guys. I hope y'all have had a wonderful Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, y'all. Yeah, I'm happy. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot wait for Friday, 5:30. Amen. Guys, thank y'all for watching. I'm so grateful for y'all. I'm thankful. Y'all be blessed. Be super, super blessed. I hope y'all tomorrow goes great. I'm still working on not dropping these videos out so late, but bear with me. I really appreciate y'all for still going to watch. I love you guys for that. Thank y'all. For real, for real. Be great. Stay beautiful. Stay safe, y'all, out here. For real. So, that's all I have.